Hello, my dear students. Welcome. I hope that the previous video about Aunt Jennifer's tiger is successful to tell you the main idea behind this poem. So, this poem is actually dedicated to all the women of the society who have to live under the foundations and responsibilities after their married life. And they are not independent, they are so fearful that they get afraid of each and every male in the society. So let's now discuss the question and answers. How do denizens and chivalric add to our understanding of the tiger's attitudes? The answer can be the word denizens means that they are proud of their home, they feel safe there, and have a feeling of belonging attached to it. And if we see in Aunt's case, she's not proud of her home, she can't feel safe, and there is no attachment there because only fear is there. But here it is asked about tiger, so yes, they are safe there. And the word chivalric shows that they have a majestic and worthy position like knights, like soldiers. Next question is, why do you think Aunt Jennifer's hands are fluttering through her wool? In the second stanza, why is she finding the needle, her ivory needle, so hard to pull? Answer is, her hands are fluttering probably because she is scared of her husband, who could come anytime and scold her for sitting idle and wasting her time doing embroidery. She finds the needle so hard to pull because her fingers are tired of working endlessly all through her life. So, this is the reason her fingers are fluttering. She is so scared that her husband would come and scold her. Next question. What is suggested by the image massive weight of uncle's wedding band? As I have told you this in the poem as well, that this should not go by literal meaning. It's not like the band or the ring given by the uncle to aunt is literally very heavy. No. Then why is it said to be of massive weight? Massive weight of uncle's wedding band suggests symbolically that the bindings and obligations of her marriage are too much for her, and fulfilling the obligations and bindings, has burdened and stressed her. So, why it is massive weight? Because after marriage, after wearing this ring, aunt's life has completely changed. She has now all the responsibilities and she doesn't have any existence in life of her own. What are the ordeals Aunt Jennifer is surrounded by? Why is it significant that the poet uses the word ringed? What are the meaning of the word ringed in the poem? So first of all, we'll know about ordeals and then ringed. The ordeals are obeying her husband's orders, fear of men, or giving in to his dominance and fulfilling his commands. This all should be written in a para if the question is asked. Ordeals are obeying her husband's orders, fear of men, and giving in to his dominance. His dominance refers to Aunt Jennifer's husband's dominance and fulfilling his commands. Ringed indicates entrapment. As the ring encircles the finger, similarly, her husband has encircled her in his clutches. Her body and soul are both trapped, struggling for freedom and fearlessness. She is like a slave, body wise and soul wise both. Next is, why do you think Aunt Jennifer created animals that are so different from her own character? What might the poet be suggesting through this difference? I think that Aunt Jennifer's intense desire for freedom and fearlessness came out through her creativity, because she is so fearful, she is so much under obligations and restrictions, but she wanted to live a life of independence, freedom. That's the reason her creativity is just opposite to her. Actually, her creativity is the animal or the behavior she wanted to be. So, it is her intense desire to be like tigers. That is the reason she has created these animals. This is the time when she is with herself doing embroidery, and then her innermost feelings are expressed. Here, her medium of expression is the embroidery. Through embroidery, she is expressing her desire. Through this difference of ant and tiger, the poet suggests that the lady is not what she actually is. Her circumstances have made her so. The uncle, the male dominated society, has made her so. But even she has a desire to live life with freedom and fearlessness like her tigers. She has a desire to live life like tigers. Next is interpret the symbols found in this poem. This is important, very important. Symbols are the first denizens of a world of green. It means inhabitants of the forest. Massive weight of uncle's wedding band. It symbolically means the burden of marital obligations. Sits heavily upon aunt. It means has laid a lot of stress on her. Ringed with ordeals. It also means indirectly to get entrapped in hardships and sufferings. Do you sympathize with Aunt Jennifer? What is the attitude of the speaker, Edred Rich, towards Aunt Jennifer? Yes, I sympathize with Aunt Jennifer. The speaker is also sympathetic towards her and hates those men who dominate and suppress women. That is the reason she has all showed her sympathy towards Aunt Jennifer through her words. And the last question is, why do you think Aunt Jennifer created animals that are so different from her own character? What might the poet be suggesting through this difference? Although we have discussed it, because this is important, so let's see this as well. Aunt Jennifer's intense desire for freedom and fearlessness has come out through her creativity. This is the time when she is with herself and her innermost feelings are expressed. Her medium of expression is the embroidery. Through this difference, it is shown that the lady is not what she is. Her circumstances have made her so, but she has a desire to live life with respect, freedom, and pride. She has a desire to live like tigers. Okay, so poetic devices, question and answers, and poetry explanation all is done. On coming Wednesday, you'll be having an objective test, okay, of this poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, and poem number 4, Thing of Beauty. There will be objective type test of both these poems. And now something to improve your spoken English. So this is vocabulary words, how to say informal and how to say it formally. Informally we can say I want to tell you, but formal I want to inform you. Tell is informal, inform is formal. Similarly, need is informal, request is formal. I need your pen. Formally, I request you to give your pen. Informal is help, formal is assist. Give, provide. Provide is formal one. Get in informal way, and formally it is receive. I've got your mail. It's informal. I've received your mail. It's formal. Check, informal. Verify, formal. Ask, informal. Inquire, formal. Sorry, informal. Apologize, formal. I'm sorry, it's informal. I apologize for my mistake, it's formal. So whenever you are talking to your teachers, use these formal words. Okay, weather questions and answers. If the question is like, what is it like out, you don't need to say side with it, it's understood. What's it like out? Answer can be, today it is warm and sunny out. What's the temperature? It's not raining, but it's cloudy. Is it hot or cold? We can say it's freezing outside. Beautiful day, isn't it? You can see your breath in the air. It's so beautiful. What's the weather forecast? It's pretty frosty today. Frosty, full of snow. Next again, informal and formal. Live, informal, where do you live? Formal, reside. Where do you reside? Whole is informal. Entire is formal. Blow up, informal. Explode, formal. Thanks is informal, but if you are talking formally, gratitude. Worse, inferior is the formal one. Keep informal, and formally it is preserve. Dim, indistinct. Death, demise. Job, occupation. Dad is informal. Father is formal. Hopeless, futile. Call on, visit. Whole, complete. Free, liberate. Get, obtain or get, receive. Let me do so. Permit, please permit me to do so. This is formal way. Anyway, informally. Nevertheless, formally. I think informally, in my opinion, it's formal one. All right, informally, acceptable, formal. Put up, I can't put up with this, informal. Tolerate is formal one. Okay, a few more common mistakes you do while speaking. Only me and my friend were at home. This is already discussed. First person will be there in the end when you're talking about people, and it also should not have me. Will be using I. Only my friend and I were at home. The last one, he made a world record, is wrong. He set a world record is right. So note all these down and practice them, use them when you are speaking. Okay? Have a good day.